Oh, how's it going? So we're back, and we're going to talk about the Heathkit SB-401. So when we last left this, I was kind of whining about I got a bum deal. Well, had I got on with my life and stopped whining about things and read the book and maybe a page or two on the internet, I'd have discovered this. So here's the alignment section, and if you read carefully here, it says there are two methods of alignment for your SB-401. In a nutshell, one is with a receiver, and one is with the accessory crystal set is not installed. So what's the skinny on this? Well, we go over here a little bit, and here's another page about alignment with the crystal set installed. So this came from the factory without the crystals? And that was 100% true. Another $29.95, which I'd have gladly paid nowadays to get the crystal set. So wait a minute, how does this work? Well, the assumption is that you wouldn't just buy a transmitter from Heathkit without the receiver, normally. So here's the trick. So here is the transmitter, and there's a lot of wiring, and it sort of gets supplied or vamps 3 signals from the mating receiver, in this case the SB-301. There's the heterodyne oscillator, the what is that? Linear master oscillator. I kept calling it VFO, which it is. It's their fancy name. And the BFO. Now, a tiny little sting in the tail is here. That the document says you need 3 chunks of RG62, which is 92 ohm coax. There's 24 inches long, and that's supplied with the receiver. Well, about that. So yeah. So this is true. You need the receiver, and amazingly enough, we have a receiver. I did a little quick horse trading today, and so there's a couple ways I can go. I can hook up the cables, which I don't have yet, which I'm just going to say it. I took a beating on buying just the raw cable. The connectors were cheap enough. They're just RCA connectors, but the cable was like $30 for 18 feet. And the receiver, which has the crystal set in it, which I could transfer into the transmitter and make it work, was cheap enough. I traded a crummy old voltmeter, which I could have gave 2 rats' asses about, to be really blunt. And it's no cream puff, but it was, quote, supposed to work, and where is as is, but it's guaranteed to work. So if it doesn't work, I can at least lord it over someone's head. So the sting in the tail on this is I don't have the cables, and this indicator, which belongs up front and slides back and forth, is kind of broke. So this sits in this window like this, and yeah, about that. Yeah, anyway, it sits there like this. It looks cool. It looks a little better when it's lined up. So every time 100 goes around in the old radio dial here, this moves over a place. So what happens is this arm, this all sits in here, and this peg goes in this arm and scooches along with this. It fits in this little spirogram type wheel here, and what has happened is the pin that runs the arm, I don't know if you can see it, I can't even see it, it's down there, it's there. Anyway, there's a little post there and a very little pin that, like, is a stylus to a record that goes in there, and as the dial goes around, it just slowly traverses across and slowly moves this across, and when it gets to the end, everybody yells mousetrap. Yeah, anyways, so a lot of weird references there. Well, you don't need all that to make the transmitter work, so my first task is to get this to work. So update A, I kind of cried before I was really hurt, and B, I really didn't know what the hell I was talking about very much, so I have to eat a big sandwich with a tiny bit of cheese and maybe a little mayo, nice mayo, and a lot of crow on it. So that's where we're at. We're not so terribly hurt, and I'd like to thank everybody that said welcome back, or don't give up, or, you know, are you still alive? So anyway, we'll get this all bolted together. I'm going to try and get this to fire up on the next video. Sorry, I'm going to leave you in the lurch here a little bit. I got a couple other things I gotta do before I get to playing with this. Anyway, thanks again. Take her easy, and as always, have a groovy day.